Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Empress Aries 888. My name is Tanya. Alright, well, like on the way in, it gives me an energetic donation to the channel, helps me tune into you. Flip the roles as you see fit, take what resonates, leave the rest, and let's call in spirit. Get this party started, shall we? Spirit guides and angels of your wife's light, please give me a clear message. The collective, one that brings healing, hope, and understanding of their situation. Protect me as I open myself up to channel these messages and protect my beautiful collective. Thank you. I keep hearing this, I don't know, this term bad reputation. Somebody has a bad reputation, somebody's talking about a person. It reminds me of that song from Joan Jet, Don't Give a Damn About My Bad Reputation. It's a 1980s song, it's an oldie. Living in the past, it's a new generation. A girl can do what she wants to do, and I'm going to do what I want to do. Yeah. You can call me strange, but I ain't gonna change. Yeah. Somebody has a bad reputation. And I don't know if it's quite as deviant as people are saying, but the premise is the same. This person doesn't give a damn about somebody saying stuff about them. That's a good, I would say, space to be. So let's get into it, shall we? Collective readings, any energy, any sign. Don't take this message on if it doesn't fit your situation, please. And thank you for those that tune in and show up and show out. I so appreciate you. Thank you so much for that. All right, so I have say no. Say no, 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 no. I don't care. This can be so many different things, but I feel like a person has to say no. There's somebody out there, there's more than one message here, and it could fit other people. So just like I mentioned all the time, collective readings take what resonates because it can mean more than one thing for more than one person. There's somebody that has a hard time saying no to people. They give and give and give. And maybe that is their bad reputation in a sense, is that people get angry when they say no and they start a whole mess of smack with this person. There is a person out there that doesn't say no. And I'm not talking about if a person wants to give it up, they don't say no. No, I'm talking about giving to people like, can you do me a favor? Can you do me this? Can you lend me a $5? Can you help me? It's like they're always doing for somebody. And yet people still running their mouth about them. Is what I'm hearing. For somebody, they need to rest. Rest is here as well. They're burning the midnight oil. They're up late. I certainly can relate to that statement. So I'm going to take that advice myself. I'm not going to be on this long. I need to rest. So many people are in that same boat lately. It's like no rest for the weary, my friends. We got to keep going, despite our bad reputations. If you know what I'm saying. Negative energies might be around. Yeah, no shit. Obviously, there's a lot of people out there, and if you say no to them, then all of a sudden they got something to say about you. Too bad, so sad. Don't care. Take a risk is here. Comfort zone. Get out of that comfort zone. Somebody's getting too comfortable being separated from people, too comfortable being alone, too comfortable not taking a chance. Get creative. Hmm? Maybe you have something you have in mind, a project you want to work on. Spirit is green light. Take a risk. Get out there. Even if negative energy is around, do it anyways. Saying no, though. What the hell is that about? Saying no. I feel like this person doesn't know how to say no to people. It's like every time somebody says, you want to do something for me? You want to lend me some cash? You want to help me out? They're never saying no. Now, it's not about the bad reputation. It's just about their generous heart. They're giving. And there's a taker out there that keeps draining the person. Say no. And then this energy vampire, this person that keeps draining them and taking from them, is probably the one that's bad mouthing them. Yeah, always the way. People don't like to hear the word no, but that's too bad. Nice guy. Could be you are a nice guy. Girl. Doesn't matter. Energy's energy. But with that said, this number here is 61 on the Kipperish. And when you put that together, it's a 7, and that's usually a problem. Even if this is in the upright, this is usually sneaky, deceptive energy. Is always a problem with 7s at times. But this person is a nice guy. Yeah, relationship is here. So this could be a person that you're in a relationship with, or you were in a relationship with. Ice Queen. They could be looking at you as an Ice Queen, or you could have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius in your chart. Yes, yes, yes. You could have spiritual gifts showing here. They want to make you a love offer. So this could have been a person that's a nice guy that wants to be in a relationship with you, or you once were. They want to make you a love offer because they see that you're like a queen. So you're rising, right? You're standing in your power, and it's sexy to this person. They see that you have gifts, spiritual gifts, and they want to make you a love offer. This could be, what is this about? Spirit. Voodoo in the reverse. Entity attachment in the reverse. Health concern in the reverse. What the hell? Somebody that performed voodoo as an entity and wanted this stuff for you? Health concern? Why? Somebody you were happy with. Want you to feel that way about them, but they're mentally and emotionally unstable, and they're your opposition. They want to message you. This was somebody that you loved at one time. It's comic masculines here. Lion monkey in the reverse. They don't want to oppose you anymore. They don't want to send death magic. They don't want to send entities. Dear God, I can't even speak. Health concern. An attachment entity. And why can't I say this freaking word, spirit? For real. Entity attachment. In the reverse, voodoo in the reverse. So they played a game. This so-called nice guy, this comic masculine who wants to message you, was a flying monkey at one time, creating all kinds of stuff. And oh yeah, even better. This is what I'm saying. False narrative, spreading lies about you. That you got a bad reputation. Maybe that you are a voodoo priestess. Oh God. Yeah. Because you have gifts. They wanted to send you an entity attachment, or you could have had one at one time. Could have had health concerns, or they're telling people that. Somebody lied about you. Created this scenario. This nice guy. People trusted this nice guy. That like love. So this is a person that supposedly knew you and had affection for you. Could have been a past person. Said they were in a really. Oh, it's a fucking lie. That's what this is. Bullshit. Oh man, they lied about. They said that they had a relationship with you. And They said that you were an ice queen. You were a bitch. What's wrong with that? Seriously. Have you seen the world we live in? Well, who wouldn't be? You had gifts, but they twisted and said you were a voodoo priestess and that you put a spell on them, so they wanted to give you a love offer, saying that you had some sort of that you were trying to attach an entity to them to give you this love offer or to make you love them or to make them love you or something like that, like you were forcing them to love you and give you an offer, saying that you had health concerns like STDs. What a jerk. Seriously, jackass. Yeah. This is what this is. A freaking lie. You had a bad reputation because this jackwagon that doesn't even freaking know you. Death magic. Saying that you were into that shit. Death magic, or that you were, if you didn't get what you wanted because you were such a bitch, that you would send them death magic. This is the person that was projecting all this onto you. They were creating this problem, trying to attach an entity to you. Practicing magic when they don't even know what the hell they're doing, cooking it up in their kitchen, no less, and then going around telling people that they knew you and they didn't know you like that. Could be this could have been somebody that was a karmic masculine, somebody that spread this false lie about you. They don't want to oppose you anymore. This list, though, this person's watching you, like fell in love with you from a distance. But this is 45, so 9 completion. This is an ending. This person put you through hell, man. They're mentally and emotionally unstable, and yet they were saying this shit about you. That you were a voodoo priestess, that you had some sort of STD, and that you were chasing them around. You put some sort of spell, a charm spell on them. Oh my god. Death magic, like you were playing with magic, dark magic, and yeah, voodoo. Now, I'm not saying that voodoo is bad, because I don't know anything about voodoo. And if a person's raised in a community of people that practice voodoo in a positive way, or they're not meaning any harm and they're not playing games like this shit, what's wrong with voodoo? But this person was saying that you were a voodoo priestess. Travels here, so you got away from this situation. 10 is completion. There's an awakening. Maybe even you had to be awakened because of what was happening. Bondage in the reverse. This person tried to tie you up and bind you, and they're using this lie and telling people that it was them. Mature man in the reverse. This was like a person that was maybe even older, but a liar. Somebody that's immature, be younger than you. This is ridiculous. Immature. Jezebel. So this is a person that tried to create a scenario. Karma is in the reverse, though. They tried to send all this nonsense and then say all this stuff about you, that you were a whore. Even presenting false documents to show that you were. Maybe even, I would say, the false documents is like text messages, talking nasty, talking about you, messages that you sent, which wasn't you. Yes, trying to create this image of you that was false, that wasn't true, because of the fact that you didn't want this person. Yeah, that's what it is. It's jealousy. Because you didn't want this person. You said no to this person. So this is where the saying no is about. Negative energies, saying no. So you said no to a person, and you needed to say no to this person because all they did was try to ruin your life and block you, and then project this reputation, this Jezebel reputation that wasn't even true. Spirit, come through. But you still have to say no to other people. I think that the problem is that you're too open. and helpful. And this is what presented this person in your life in the first place, this openness, this making friends with people. And they used whatever knowledge that they had and added to it and even lied. Even lied. Creating a scenario that you had a bad reputation. You don't give a damn about this bad reputation, and you shouldn't, because you're not a person like that. That's not who you are, but that's what they said you were. You were a bitch, and you were a voodoo priestess creating entity attachments or trying to attach themselves to, you were trying to attach yourself to another person through magic, as if you needed to. And they rejected you. That's what they're saying. Wow, that's crazy. And there's going to be a whole lot of karma attached to this lie. Even producing full documents or text messages showing people how they were so in love with you. Even if you did send messages to this person, they made it out to be something far worse than it was. Yeah, they did. And they broke you in a sense, because they broke the trust that you had with this person. And whether you know it or not, they betrayed you in the worst way possible. Maybe you were friends with this person, but that's not how they presented it to other people. You were desperate for them. You were giving them, you were love bombing them. You were all over them. They had to run away from you because you were all over them. You wanted them so badly. Well, how pathetic is this person to go around telling people stuff like that? Even if you did like them, that's disgusting. That's disgusting. Unreal. Spirit, let's get into it. I guess if we must, we must. Give me some more information on this person who lied, this nice guy. Give me some, who's this nice guy, Spirit? That was not nice at all. Not nice at all. What a backstabbing bitch this person was. Oh, man. Stay away from people from your past, because that's just ridiculous, man. They're trying to come forward now after backstabbing you that bad. Please. Maybe you do need to be the ice queen after that. Get in the reverse. You want to see what a bitch looks like, baby? Let's go. That's pathetic. Some people are pathetic, though. That's the only problem with the world. You gotta say no. You gotta put your guards up. You can't be as open. And I'm not saying to be a literal bitch, but when you have people that you are so open and so nice to, and they can screw you over in this ugly way, woo, man, you gotta put your guards up and your dukes up. Yeah, because that's what they deserve. What they get for acting up. Now they're gonna get a different side. No more Mr. Nice Guy. You want to be a nice guy, play games? Yeah. What do they say? The old saying, go pound ta. All right, let's go, Spirit. Queen of Pentacles. Now, this doesn't have to be a female, because energy is energy, man. A masculine could be a Queen of Pentacles just as easily as a female. So this is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is a person that has some material success, could be presented as supportive and caring. This could be the person that's acting like the nice guy when they are backstabbing you and saying all kinds of nasty things about you, giving you a bad reputation, and then saying they get the receipts to prove it, when all it was smoke and mirrors on their part. They could have computer experience, and anybody can doctor up falsified text messages. That's crazy. That is ugly. And when the truth comes out, their reputation is going to be in the toilet. How do they like that? Them apples. The Fool is here, so yep, they could have even said you were a fool, chasing after this one and that one, when all you were was trusting. You wanted to take a leap of faith towards this Joker. Yep. Three of Cups. Celebrations, happiness. Shared moments, social gatherings. This is where you could have met this person. Cups of Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. But look, Ten of Wands. This person put a lot of obstacles in your way, or he sacrificed you. Put you through all kinds of burdens. 10 of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag. And I don't know if you even realize how bad this situation got. 5 of Swords. Yeah, they manipulated your friendship. Resentful that you rejected them and tried to defeat you because they were embarrassed. Maybe they were questioned about your connection. They had to come up with this bullshit in order for them to save face. So to low down a person like that, to be low down. Ooh, return to sender, man. Return to sender anything this person said or did. Reveal who this Joker is to the people that they said these things to. 21 o'clock. As I wish, so shall it be. Because that is unacceptable and disgusting. It's such a miscarriage of friendship and being a human to go around lying about people and making somebody out to be something they're not. It's more than one person, because it could have been a Jezebel that did this, teamed up, collaborated with this person that you rejected, and added to it as if they knew you like that, because they didn't. But they put the 10 swords in your freaking back, even though 10 swords ain't here yet. Yeah, created struggles and hardships, 5 of Pentacles. But justice is here too. Cause and effect. Whatever happened in this scenario where they said all these things, it's going to come back on them. 7 of Cups is here. They created a lot of confusion and illusions about you. Made people think a certain way about you, and it was all a lie. 7 of Cups. How is it going to hit? How it could have happened to you where you lost people in your life. But unexpected changes are going to come down on these people. Their lives are going to come crashing down. The moon, a deception, a hidden agenda. The insecurity of this person that they felt like they had to defend themselves in an ugly way because you rejected them. Please, so pathetic. You're going to have the 9 of Pentacles. You're going to have prosperity. People are going to see what it is that they said about you versus how you are in life. The people that listen to this bullshit were people that didn't even know you in the first place. So they were very willing to listen to lies about you, because gossip, right? It's always good for a time. And when you're bored, it's good, spin a yarn, I suppose. Not that I would do anything so low down, but people are like that. In an environment, working environment, school environments, this is where this bullshit happens. Yeah. But you're going to have prosperity. That's what you manifested. That's what you're getting. Ace of Pentacles is here. New beginning. And judgment is here. Yeah. So these people are going to wake up. These people that believed and listened. And they're going to see that what they said about you is not how you're living your life. You're going to be spotlighted. Your life is going to be spotlighted. And all this stuff that they said about you is going to come to fruition for them. Okay? They're going to have this reputation, this bad reputation. Karma's going to hit them, kick them in the ass. People are going to badmouth them and talk about their relationship and what they did. Yep, an ending. Death is here. An ending to what they said about you. And you're going to get recognized for and celebrated for achievements that you created. And if you were doing magic on any level, what is wrong with magic? What is wrong with spirituality? Since when did it become the devil's worship? Because you have gifts in certain areas does not make you the devil. And it doesn't make it wrong just because people are ignorant and assume things about something that they have no idea about. Maybe that's something they were raised to believe, but that doesn't make it true. But people were really willing to believe the worst about you because they didn't know a damn thing about you. And this person presented receipts in the sense of text messages, communication, but they doctored the information and made it look a certain way, made you look a certain way. And this was somebody that you trusted, which is disgusting. Could be a King of Wands that did this. Could have been somebody that you did know and you had a connection with, and they twisted the knife when you walked away from them. Yep. If you're going to have an ending to any struggles, Ace of Wands is here. You walked away from a group of people, you walked away from jobs, you walked away from situations. And with that, saying no to certain people, you are going to be rewarded. See, Three of Swords, there is heartbreak here. Somebody you collaborated with did this to you, stuck those swords in your heart. But you're a high priestess, though. You have intuitive gifts, and things maybe weren't revealed to you about a certain workplace environment or a home environment or a relationship, but they became something that was a nagging thing in your brain, a nagging in your conscience. You walked away because you needed to. Your intuition was screaming, get the hell away from these people. And regardless of what they said about you, the proof is in the pudding. Your life reveals their lies. Your truth reveals their schemes and lies, their deceit. So keep being who you are. Ace of Swords, there's clarity, there's truth. People are seeing it for what it is. Jealousy, envy, and just plain bullshit. Chariot, you were moved away from a bunch of situations that were meant to block you and destroy you. Thank your spirit guides. Thank your Jehovah God, universe, spirit, whatever the hell you call them. Thank them, because if it wasn't for them, you'd be in a much worse situation today. Yeah, you were protected. Seven of Wands. Your resilience, your courage, your faith made you well, protected you from this. And you're going to have happiness. Ten of Cups is here. Ten of Cups. Despite what they wanted to do, ruin you, destroy you, reputation, everything. Even probably using the same magic that they were saying you were using, spell work, to try to get you to look a certain way. Yeah, Seven of Swords, they deceived you. Very strategic, because their agenda was to ruin your reputation and build their own. Safe base. Ten of Swords, yeah, this is what I'm saying. An ending, suffering, betrayal. I mean, this is what's going to happen to these people. Now they're in mental turmoil, Nine of Swords, because they can't sleep at night knowing what the hell they did to you, that it could come back. Return to sender, man, and it's going to come back, because what you do to other people comes back to you. It's a karmic justice. Justice is coming. These people are going to be Jezebels. These people are going to have a bad reputation. They're in bondage to their sick attitudes, their sick ways, their lying ways. They're going to get an awakening, all right? Yeah, all the stuff that they pulled on you is going to attach to themselves, health concerns. They're not going to have gifts. Their relationships are not going to work out for them. They're mentally and emotionally unstable. They said that about you. They're going to have opposition in their life. They're going to have people whispering and gossiping about them. Their false statements, their lies, their deceit. You were right to say no to a certain person because they twisted the knife. This is a person that was your opposition. This was a person that should have known better. But they're going to feel the effects of what they tried to do to you, as they should. Because karma, baby, it's not always a negative thing. Karma can be good. But damn, karma can twist the freaking knife when it has to, when you are doing low vibing things to people, when you're hurting good people. And that's just the balance of nature. What you put out there in the world has a ripple effect. And that ripple effect can become a tsunami that overwhelms and wipes out a village. Thank you so much for joining me on Empress Aries 888. Please like and subscribe and join my tribe, because I'd love to have you. Till next time, be safe out there, my friends. Love.